All right, I'm on hole number 7 of the 2020 Spring Major. I'm in Tuesday's maybe practice, maybe qualifying round. I picked up one shot. If I can pick up 2 and come in with a 14, I'll be happy with a 14. It's not everything I was looking for. I really like to come in with a 15, just so I have really good solid tiebreakers coming into it, and that's my goal. But this account, I really want to practice some of these shots. I'm still trying to work some elevations on some of these holes, and I came in with my 77 account on Monday and was going to practice and was on track for a 15 and then didn't pick up hole number 8. And so, but I decided I'd go ahead and go in with a 14. Hole number 7. Now, hole number 7 is not in Golf Clash Notebook. They've got it wrong. So this is hole number 7 right here. And what I'm trying to do is trying to do a rough bump, and I'm trying to get as far up into this rough area as I can to get that rough bump done. So it's a very thin area up there, but I want to try and get as close to that tip up there as I possibly can. And so what I'm going to bring is a grizzly and a katana. And I'm going to do a 20% wind adjustment. I was just looking at my notes here, trying to make sure I got notes on it. Where I was last year, when we played this in the Dreaded Dunes, I was coming at it different from a different spot, and I was doing a 10% wind adjustment, but I have no idea of knowing whether that was right or not because I was trying to just backspin it in because I didn't want to take it. Those were brand new holes. And when brand new holes come out, I don't usually dink around too much on the par threes. If I can find a par 3 that's got a serious chance for hole 1, then I definitely want to work on that. But if there's a ton of holes in this tournament that we can pick up shots. And I was really focused on the par 4s and the par 5s when it first came out. But now that we're getting a second look at it, I already know what I'm going to do on the par 4s and par 5s. So I'm working on the par 3s. And I'm exploring these rough bumps. All right. So I'm taking a grizzly and a katana. Grizzly, katana. Seeing some killer scores for my teammates, though. Killer scores. 16s, 18s. Seeing a lot of 14s. I think the mortal score is going to be between 28 and 30. I think if you shoot a 30, you got a serious chance in a lot of brackets of getting a win. Not in every bracket, obviously, but I think you're giving yourself at least a good look at it. If you shoot a 30, I mean, there's no guarantees, but if you shoot a 30 and don't get a banner, you got robbed. That's picking up 3 per side, and it's going to happen. I mean, there's going to be people out there that are going to shoot a 30 and aren't going to get a banner, but in most brackets, that's going to at least get you a banner, if not a first place. Right. But it's really important to try and work on all of these holes so that you're giving yourself the best opportunity on every one of the shots going into the cup to put that ball in the hole, because there are people out there that are going to shoot 32s, 34s, and possibly better, 36s. But I think the majority of people are going to be in that, that are up there at the top of the bracket are going to be in that 30 range. So just be prepared. Try and give yourself as many opportunities as you can on all of the holes. All right, I'm doing a 20% wind adjustment, 1.2 times whatever the wind is. I'm using a Grizzly Max Club, 3.7. It's 4.5 rings. There's Max. I could use a katana, actually. I'm going to switch to a katana. That way I'm purely Max Club. Where's my red line? I got plenty of room. Let's get where I can see what kind of adjustment I'm doing. I'm right at the cup. It's 4.44 rings. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I missed that on purpose. I didn't miss it on purpose, but I just missed it. I switched on that hole. I was doing a 10% adjustment, and I switched it to a 20, and I like the 20. I I hit 3 perfects in a row on it. The first perfect, I hit 2 perfects on it, and I did a 10%, and both times I was on, excuse me, oh, the wind was blowing like it was, and I did I was off. I had underpulled it. So I added on 20, and then I just barely missed the outside of the cup, but I was more on the left-hand side of the cup, not right at it. So my notes say, I need to go back and watch that video and see exactly where I'm hitting. I want to try and hit up there towards the top. And I was going to take out the wind, the 20%, and then put 0.1 back in it. Or take 0.1 off the adjustment. I'm going to continue to play pretty good until I get to hole number 9. Hole number 9, I'm still trying to figure out how I want to come at it. There's a lot of different ways that you can come at that hole, and I still haven't figured out what the best way is to get down at the bottom. There is a good little rough bump there, but it is a narrow, small little rough bump spot. If you lay up at the top, and you can use a wood going down there, going in at it, but I'd really like to get down there and get into my long iron range. I'm definitely working this hole. This is 1.2 times 2.8. It's 3.36. I'm going to be 2 rings off of that transitional surface. Even though I'm in mid club here, doing a max number, I'm going to be a little closer. So I'm doing 3.36 rings. Hey, try and get squared up with the wind. 1, 2, 3, 6. Getting it perfect. That was a slight little overpull. So I was at 10, and it wasn't enough. Maybe 20 might be too much. I want to hit that shot a couple more times and see on the 20. I may move it down to a 15. Now, here's what I don't like about this Goliath shot. I don't mind taking rough bumps, but look at how close that ball is riding along that sand. When you're hitting it straight up, you're actually the closest part to the sand, to the fairway, you're actually bouncing over that spot. So if you hit it great to the left, you're still going to clear it. But the way it is right here, it's so damn close that you're in the sand. You get one ring great to the left. And I'm not interested in putting sand traps into play on par 3s. Is there a chance for hole-in-one? Absolutely. Is it worth getting a par on a par 3? Absolutely not. And that's just in my humble opinion. But I am not. If you guys, if you're listening to this and you've watched my channel for a long time, you know I do not like dicking around on par 3s. I am all about getting your birdie and going home. But I do like to get hole-in-ones. I'm not an anarchist, but I don't like to put sand traps into play. Hitting from the rough is not my favorite thing when you're up close to the green, because I mean, really, it all boils down to making that. But when you're in the sand, it's even worse. So I'm not interested in putting that sand trap into play. All right, that was hole number 7 of the 2020 Spring Major and Tuesday's procking. We'll call it qual practing round. Thanks for watching.